So let's build the rack. Got this off of Amazon. I think it was like 120 bucks or something. It's a 15U. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Chase, and I'm just gonna be doing a little voiceover for my AI server rack. This is the building process of it, how it went, everything that went good, everything that went bad. I'm gonna be showing it all, so follow along. This video took me a little bit longer to get out. Wanted to get it out last week, so those who are following along, sorry about the delay. So anyway, here I'm just sitting on the floor. I'm just reading the instructions. I'm a big proponent to following instructions. It just makes your life easier instead of trying to figure it out and piece it together. I'm gonna attach the link to the rack that I got from Amazon. It was a little over 120 bucks, somewhere around there, but it was great and it's finished. I'll show you at the end. But as far as the building process went, the only issue is that I had was really the rails. But as far as the building of the rack, the only thing that I will say is that it's not very descriptive on which way it should go, the orientation of the rack itself. So you kind of have to figure that out. But one thing I did figure out is that normally most servers are about 19 inches across. So if you base it off of that, only one side is exactly 19, and then you can expand how deep the rack is. And it goes, I think, up to like 4 feet or 4.5 feet deep, which was great. I don't need that much, but I definitely am going to be utilizing it in the future for things that you could even mount on the back side of the rack if you wanted to. So here I'm just building the front side of it, and then just attaching the legs. And for this process, like if you guys are having any issues building your racks and putting your computers in them, your gaming PCs and stuff, like I said, just follow the instructions and then just take your time and troubleshoot if you have something wrong. And the benefit of ordering stuff off Amazon instead of buying it like secondhand is that you can just send it back. So if there ever was an issue with a part or a piece of it, you can just send it back to Amazon, get a full refund, even get your money back and buy something secondhand, or just get a different rack, you know. So that's definitely the benefit. They even offer like insurance plans and stuff up to like 5 years if you're into that, which is great. So at this point, pretty much is when I'm kind of looking at it and trying to figure out which way it's probably going to be oriented. End up doing some Google searching and figuring out the size normally of a server is about 19 inches from opening to opening for where you put your hardware in. A lot of servers have anywhere from a 1 to 6 inch gap on either side, which those big servers that you see in like the data centers and stuff, that's why they're so wide. But normally where you mount the hardware is about 19 inches. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So pretty much here they have the option of either using wheels or the pegs, standalone pegs, or the wheels. I decided to go with the wheels, that way I can kind of move it around. I'm putting it on carpet next to where all the stuff is going to go to my attic, all my wiring and everything. So I ended up choosing the wheels just in case if I needed to move it. So this coming up here is where I start to figure out that there's an issue with the rails. I talked about that earlier, but you'll see this here in just a second. I already kind of mounted the rails to the case and trying to see if I could fit the rails with the case in before I actually load my PC with parts. And then at this point I kind of understand, like, oh, it doesn't work, it's not gonna fit. So yeah, I'm measuring both of them and I'm realizing that they're the same size, they should be compatible, but something's kind of off. I'll try putting it in a few different times and I come to the same conclusion that it is not gonna fit. No matter how hard I press it, I'm just gonna end up breaking something. So that's what I'll say, guys. If something is just not working, take your time, slow down, take a step back, reassess, troubleshoot, and see if you can get it to work. All right, so I figured out what the problem was. As you can see, the case fits. So it's gonna fit. The problem is these rails, excuse me, are too far recessed in. So I'm gonna need some that are more flush with these bolts so that they can fit. So I'm gonna have to return these and try to find some new ones. So I ended up just returning those rails to Amazon. I got 100% of the money back and I found the correct ones, and I will attach the link in the description below of the ones that I did use. If you're using an RM44 rack mountable case like I am, most of them are very similar. Mine's by Silverstone, so if you're interested in that, it'll be down in the description. I get no type of money or endorsement or anything, it's just what I used, so I'm just sharing that with you guys. So yeah, so here I'm just attaching both of the new rails. They're a little bit different. Like I said, they're going to be flush with the insert points of the case. But once I read the directions, they're pretty straightforward. You just click them in and there's two little set screws. And this is just attaching the side rails for the case, and this was after I built it. So I had built the PC already and I made sure everything worked, so I kind of know it already is going to work. And here I'm just inserting in. There's little tabs that you press on the side to slide it in, and there you go. All right guys, welcome back. We're going to try to get this patch panel in here. That's kind of what I did so far. All I did was put these two shelves. I'm going to put my patch panel right here, and I'm going to put my port switch right here. It's actually connected to my cameras, so let's get that swapped over. It's my port switch that I got. PoE switch. So this guy is going to go right here, just like that. Then I have this patch panel. My kids helped me do this. Pretty much all you have to do here is just pop these little female couplings in on the other side of this patch panel. This patch panel is going to get put right here. That's kind of how it's going to look. And again, guys, I will give all the parts that I used in the description. That way you can access any of it. All this stuff here is on Amazon. The switch that I got is a Xyle, and I haven't had any issues with it. I've put in about 3 cameras around my house, and they all use PoE, power over Ethernet, and they all go straight to the switch and run 24/7, and I have no problem with them. Later I want to do some AI face recognition and some fun stuff that I have planned. I just have to get all the cameras up and set up, so that's what we're doing here. And these short Ethernet adapters that I'm using to go from the patch panel to the switch, I got them also on Amazon. They're all half a foot. They're all 6 inches. And this is just me putting them in. I had no issues. I figured out where I want all the cameras to go, and it was really easy just to pop them all in. I didn't want to make them just because you can buy them for really cheap, and it's a lot of headache for the low voltage that you just wouldn't have to do, you know. So I definitely recommend ordering them unless you just want to do that and have time. And this is it, guys. I'm setting up the top of the panel. If you guys have made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more testing, a lot more things in the future with this AI server. Thank you so much, guys, for following along. Take care.